So, good evening, everyone. Title of my warehouse manufacturing is that San Jose Fresh Fish Incorporated, manufacturing fresh fish and dried fish goods at San Jose Fish Port. Reasons for holding stocks: trade of between transport and shipping cost. Situation: Lavisaris Supermarket is 40 kilometers far from San Jose Fish Port, which can use a lot of travel costs compared to other near market. They always order the 100 kilos of sardines, which is a half of space, to full the service truck, so that they have a new agreement that they will order 200 kilos to serve the shipping cost of delivery. So para mabawasan yung travel cost is that kailangan ng Lavisares Supermarket ng malaking consumers para masupply yung goods at masatisfy ang mga customers doon sa agreement na pinagkasunduan nila at hindi masayang yung travel cost na gagamitin ng isang supermarket sa pagbili ng product na yan. And then yung pangalawa, high seasonality. So, situation, sardines is kind of fish that's seasonal. It's Philippine government and DNR implemented a fishing ban for every company and fishermen to prevent shortage. And by that, Katarman Gaisano Supermarket ordered a 200 kilos of sardines for them to supply a whole season of fishing ban. So dahil ang sardines ay isang seasonal na isda, ang ginawa na ni Katarman Gaisano Supermarket is umorder siya ng 200 kilos para magkaroon ng malaking supply ang kanilang company. And then sa other company are exporting canned sardines, and Katarman Gaisano Supermarket is one of them. So we need to stock our goods for our supply, so to supply the number of their needs. So kailangan ng Katarman Gaisano Supermarket na stock upang ma-supplyan nila yung mga consumers na sa kanilang mga kinakailangan. Work in progress storage. Kawayan stores selling dried fish. In the process, they need a lot of supply of goods to continue their business. In the first day, they have to clean all the fish and store it in the container with salt, and the next day, they will continue to process by rinsing it, and they have to wait 30 minutes to dry it in the sun. So, work in progress storage, yung ginamit kong product dito is yung dried fish, which is, alam naman natin na ang paggawa ng dried fish is maraming process ito na kailangan gawin upang maging maganda yung magiging resulta ng ating goods. And by this, we must stock and have a huge storage to supply in the market and to have a good sales. So kailangan natin mag-stock ng mga goods na kakailanganan para makapag-produce tayo sa ating mga consumer. Attributes of warehouse manager: excellent communication skills. So in situation, the warehouse manager of Katarman Gaisano Mall called to order 300 kilos of sardines and 200 kilos of blue marlin for their market. In the conversation, they said that it would be delivered within that day of 11 p.m. because they really need it. But because of bad weather, the signal is not stable and the other line are immediately cut, so that the San Jose Fresh Fish Incorporated delivered the goods within that day, but in the 5 p.m. of the afternoon. So bali dito, nagkaroon ng isang misunderstanding yung bawat side nila, kasi dahil sa bad weather na nangyari, hindi nagkaroon ng magandang communication yung both sides. Effect without the attributes. In this case, if the warehouse manager didn't have a good connection and conversation, the information will be leads to confuse, missed opportunity, and waste of effort. So kung mangyayari yung ganong situation, yung mga efforts ng bawat side is magiging hindi maganda ang magiging resulta. Another is that teamwork skills. In situation, the company increased their profit for about 5 months of transaction of their business. With that, the company warehouse manager congratulate the team for the hard work and effort of everyone, the contribution and collaboration for the business. So, bali dito, yung kampanya is nagkaroon or nag-gain ng profit sa loob ng 5 buwan na transaction sa kanilang kumpanya. So, ang ginawa dito ni manager is nagkaroon siya ng parang kinongratulate niya yung mga employee niya para magkaroon or mag-boost ng motivation sa bawat ginagawa ng kanyang mga employee. If the warehouse manager didn't have an appreciation for their team, it can cause a bad outcome for the business of also for the employees and warehouse manager. So, halimbawa kung hindi man marunong mag-appreciate ng effort yung warehouse manager, hindi magkakaroon ng magandang outcome yung kanilang business. So, yung monthly warehouse costing is that yung storage, cost type storage, nandito po yung particulars. Yung rent, amounting of 20,000, refrigerator plant, 8,000, building maintenance, 15,000, water, 10,000, phone, 7,000, BIR, 15,000, utility cost, 13,000, transport cost, 5,680. Warehouse employees, total of handling direct labor, warehouse employee, total of 20 employees. Personal insurance, total of 20 employees. And then, handling indirect labor, monthly safety training. Nandito din po yung safety war, which is the PPE, bonuses on holidays, overtime 2 hours per week. And then, handling equipment cost, forklift spare parts, kailangan natin sa manufacturing company natin yan. Yung mga knives, truck, container, ice, especially yung ice, gloves, rubber fishing boats, and then sa ating overhead cost, management, finance, human resource, office equipment, and IT, miscellaneous fee, communication cost, audit fees, bank charges, interest payment. So, yung total ng cost ng warehouse is that 199,997.44. Warehouse process. So, process is that pre-receiving. Challenges, scheduled issue. Our warehouse is scheduled to have a mass blessings today, so that management announced half-day work. However, the 6-wheeler truck delivered the goods from the supplier afternoon of that day. The delivery service of the supplier didn't get any of information about the said event, and that immediate action have an immediate response call to assign for unloading to go to the warehouse to unload the goods. Preventive measure, the warehouse need to improve their actions in confirming the receipt to inform the supplier, and this both parties can have a same schedule of transaction. A receiving situation, checking issue. Our warehouse are expecting a delivery today. In the verification of the goods, it noticed that the quantity of the goods are not right or matched in the receipt of the goods. So, an immediate action, call the warehouse manager of the supplier and tells about the errors of the quantity of the goods. So, kailangan agad tawagan ang warehouse manager ng supplier at sabihin kung ano yung mga errors na nangyari about sa quantity ng mga goods na kailangan ng ating warehouse. We needed to propose a tightened inspection of the goods to prevent the errors, especially in the quantity of the goods delivery. So, kailangan magkaroon ng siksik na inspection doon sa goods na dumarating sa ating warehouse para maiwasan yung mga ganitong problems. Ordered picking. So, picking process is that automated picking. Challenges. Robotics. During the operation of goods that is handling for transferring pallets within the warehouse, there are 3 vehicles having a problem in moving the goods to its destination. Operators found out that there are some wiring that is cut during the process that cause an interruption on the processing. Immediate action. Warehouse operator called the other employee in the immediate coordination on finding the other robotics vehicles for transferring it and to have an continuation in the process, also called assign personnel and machine to see and repair the damages. So, ang kailangan gawin dito ni warehouse manager is kailangan niyang mag-assign ng kukuha siya ng assigned personnel para tignan yung mga damage na nangyari sa ating mga robotics. And then preventive measure, warehouse should have an extra robotics vehicle for these possible challenges for them to not have an inconvenient interruption while the process is going on. So, kailangan magkaroon ng extra robotics ng ating warehouse para maiwasan yung mga interruption sa ating business process. Replenishment. So, yung barcode scanner, mobile computer, and FRID. Challenges. In the process of barcode scanning, every fish that's in the container, it tells that it is mistakes on the total ordered quantities that are needed in the warehouse or locations. So, parang ang every time na nai-scan dito ni barcode scanner is yung quantity ng goods ay hindi nagmamatch sa kung ano yung dapat na dumating sa warehouse natin. Immediate action. In this situation, we must have SKU information to reduce human resource in inputting incorrect numbers of stocks. Preventive measure, we need to implement the easily way of solving the solution, and it is the SKU information system. So, in this situation, mas magandang ginagamit natin dito is yung SKU system para mas madaling malaman yung mga problem in terms of mga barcode scanner, mobile computers, and RIFD. Value-added services. Pricing. Challenges. Gaisano Mall Katarman ordered 3 containers of yellow pinfish and 2 containers of milkfish, which is the bangus. But in checking of the documents in terms of prices, it tells that the price of milkfish is 280 pesos per kilo instead of 380 per kilo. While in yellow pinfish is correct details with the price of 420 pesos. This was caused a huge interruption in the processing of the goods to the warehouse of the Gaisano. So, bali nagkaroon ng problems doon sa prices ng isang product, which is hindi nagmamatch kung ano man yung napagkasunduan ng dalawang side. In the immediate action, we must need a proper checking of documents in details and step-by-steps of checking it to reduce the interruptions. Preventive measure, we must need to add employee to double-check the documents and also system that we use to secure all of the papers, especially the prices of the goods. Dispatching. So, dispatching orders. Challenges. Warehouse manager announced a driver shortage in the company that order of goods, which is the tuna and yellow pinfish. Because of the COVID-19, lots of drivers are tested positive in the said virus. In this case, the warehouse or company experiencing break on delivering the goods to to its different destination. So, bali dito yung naging situation natin is yung mga driver na possible na mag-deliver ng mga goods para sa mga consumer natin is that nag-test sila ng positive sa COVID. And then immediate action, warehouse manager should be advised their consumer to the problem we encounter by the way of posting on social media account and even outside of the building just to have an information to people. So yan, para ma-aware yung mga consumer natin, kailangan nating bigyan sila ng mga information through social media kasi yun naman yung mas pinakamadaling way na para malaman ng mga consumer. Preventive measure, we must need to divide the goods into the drivers that left and maybe find other laborers or employee to be assigned in delivering the goods. Need to have a seminar on driving experience with license, must have proper PPE and sanitizing the goods and equipment that being involved in the delivering goods. In warehouse layout, so dito makikita yung warehouse na gusto ko na ating gagawin. Attribute of goods, reporting capabilities, challenges. Warehouse manager needs to present some details or files for our company forum on how the business going in the terms of any transaction that we need to be accompanied to the buyers or customers, but because of some papers didn't have it yet because it is missing after the renovation of the office or it is not complete. So dito nagkaroon ng problem sa mga papers na kailangan i-present during the forum of the business. Immediate action, the employee that are assigned to present the files need to make an immediate action that they need to check in their system for their presentation. Preventive measure needs to have at least monthly checking for files. So na health challenges, the company needs to have a proper cleaning on the outside area of the warehouse and the assigned laborers are doing their job for that day, but because of the bad conditions of weather there are tendency that the employers are getting wet for their work, especially it is outside the warehouse. By that, some of the employers being sick by the next day so they can't go to work. Immediate action, the warehouse manager gives medicine to the same time at the same time allowances for their employers. Preventive measure, always have a proper uniform while working. So dito yung naging problem ni warehouse is that yung mga employer nila ay nagkaroon ng mga sakit dahil sa ginawa nilang trabaho ng paglinis ng area sa labas ng kanilang warehouse.